In today's video, I'm going to take you along with me for my first time trying gouache. I'll show you the process behind my first paintings as well as the mistakes I made and how I fixed them. At the end, I'll reveal the first portrait I did with gouache of Kate Winslet. First, let's get ready to go buy some paint and new brushes. I wanted to get the Himi gouache palette, but they didn't have it at the art store. So I got some oil paints instead that I needed for another painting. When I got home, I did some research on gouache paint, and turns out the Himi gouache palette is really messy. So I ordered the Holbein gouache instead. My first impression of gouache is that it's so smooth to paint with and it feels like you're painting with butter. For the first painting, I recommend choosing an easy subject just to get the feel of how the paint works. Now let's start the drawing of Kate Winslet's portrait. Sometimes when you're drawing and looking at something for a long time, it's hard to see the mistakes you made because your brain gets so used to looking at the same thing. When that happens, it's important to take a step back and give yourself a break. Forget about what you were doing so that when you come back to it, you will look at it with a clear mind and you will be able to decide if you're happy with it. You can apply this to anything in life, whether it's studying for a test or writing a paper. If you're stuck, just take a little break and then come back. Once you're happy with the drawing, you can proceed to the painting. When I looked at the painting in natural light this morning, I realized that her skin tone is kind of yellow-green, and it's because yesterday I was painting with the yellow dining room lamp above me. So now I need to try and fix it. If you've done watercolor before, then you're not such a beginner at gouache because you can use some of the same techniques. The only thing is, you can't paint with gouache on wet paper. Tired of painting today, so we're gonna continue tomorrow, inshallah. want to paint the details first because they're the most exciting part of the painting. But it's important to get the base first and make sure the shadows are perfect, because once you paint the eyes and the eyebrows, you won't be able to go back and paint those shadows underneath. Sometimes when I'm painting, I don't even realize I'm holding my breath. It's only after I'm done that I realize I was doing it. It can happen when we concentrate a lot, so don't forget to breathe, guys. The background of a painting is as important as the focal point, so make sure you spend some time on the background as well. If you want to get the effect of black velvet, you have to make the center very dark and the edges a bit lighter. I think that's it. So the paper kind of ripped here, but it's okay because it doesn't affect the painting, and it's because I was pulling the tape up instead of holding it horizontal to the paper. Let's get to the most exciting part of the video, which is the painting reveal. Are you ready? Let's go!